What's up YouTube, it's a Zero Eruption, and I just finished playing a mirror match in a game, and it was the High Priestess variant against my Reaper variant, and an interesting OTK situation came up, and I thought I'd share it with you guys. My opponent's already quit because I guess I was taking too long. I only really took like a minute, but I guess he just got really impatient, and once I said like I've got it, I think he just realised that it was probably an OTK and he just quit. But I thought like I may as well just go through this OTK for you guys and just show you that some of the tips which I've been giving you guys actually does come up quite often, and it definitely did come up in this duel. So to give you like the backstory of just what happened this turn and why I've got Arcanite face up on the field, I did have a Destroyer and a Vader on the field, and I synchro summoned for the Arcanite Magician, and I popped his face down Spellbook of Wisdom and his Kaiku, and basically I knew that he did have another Spellbook of Fate because he's got one in his graveyard and he has one removed from play, and he also returned one to the bottom of his deck with the Grand Spellbook Tower. So I already knew that his face down wanted to be the Spellbook of Fate, so I thought it was pretty safe to go for an Arcanite just to pop it, because it could interrupt my play, and also to pop Kaiku because Kaiku stops Destroyer. So how I would proceed from this situation would be to just revive Destroyer, and I have plenty of Spellbook names in my graveyard, so we could afford to revive Destroyer and still satisfy the 5 Spellbook spell cards with different names with Reaper. And it's also important to note that my opponent's got Spellbook Starhawk with 18 counters. I did actually have a Spellbook Starhawk face up as well, but he badged to a Spellbook of Fate. So from here I'd overlay Prophecy Destroyer and Reaper together, and I would summon M7, and with M7 I would detach Reaper in order to add Reaper back to my hand. And of course, sorry about this, this play probably looks really similar. I did cover it in my Spellbook Tips and Advanced Plays episode 2, I think, or maybe episode 3, I'm not sure. I'll probably put a link in the description box so you guys can check out if you haven't. So from here we tribute M7 to normal summon our Reaper, and if you're wondering why I tributed M7, it's so that Destroyer is put back into our graveyard, and Destroyer is really important for later. So with Reaper's effect we'll add a Spellbook spell card to our hand, and for this example we'll just add a Tower, and we'll get to summon another Reaper from our deck. And from here we revive Destroyer again, so we'll just banish a Crescent, a Fate and a Wisdom. To revive Destroyer, and we've got like a couple of options of what we could do here. To get past this field in OTK, we could either get rid of the Spellbook Magician or get rid of the Starhawk. If you want to get rid of the Starhawk, then you could just go for Executor and send Arcanite Magician to the graveyard to get rid of the Starhawk. If it's to get rid of the Spellbook Magician, we could also go for an Executor to clear his Spellbook Magician by sending Arcanite, or we could go for Maggie Magician Girl and take it and then overlay his Spellbook Magician for like a Gachi or Shining Elf. I think it's more damage if we just take his Spellbook Magician, so we'll just overlay our Reaper with 2000 attack with our Prophecy Destroyer, and we'll summon our Maggie Magician Girl, and we'll use her effect to detach Destroyer and banish, it doesn't really matter, we'll just banish Manet, and we would take his Spellbook Magician, and then we would overlay his Spellbook Magician with ours, and we would just summon a Guardian Defense, and then we could just revive our Destroyer. And normally I would never banish Spellbook of Eternity, but since this is a game, and I already know that card in his hand is definitely not Effect Veiler, because it should be a Spellbook of Power, I believe, because he searched it from his deck last turn, but either I know that's definitely not an Effect Veiler. So this would be like an OTK here, and this is just one of the ways which you could do it. You could definitely use Executor to send Starhawk to the graveyard, or send Spellbook Magician and then overlay Gaia Dragon on top of that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I kind of want to show more videos of me like going through OTKs and stuff like that, but the fields aren't really too consistent, and sometimes it's really difficult to see an OTK through some fields. But I will try to do more videos like this, and if you guys wouldn't mind liking and subscribing if you haven't, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and this is Zero Option signing out, and have a nice day.